Howdy y'all, this is Randy, aka Banjo Randy, and I'm a totally blind woodworker getting back into my woodworking, and I just wanted to show y'all the finished results of my project that I've been working on, which has been two types of desk sets. I used walnut, maple, and cherry in several different configurations, and this is what it looks like with the clock insert in there. And like I say, this is a place for, you could put some pencils in there too if you wanted to, or ink pen. I didn't have any to show, but that's the felt on the bottom. This is the large one right here. And this one here is the small one. Of course, it's got felt on the bottom as well. But this is a fun project right here. I used a tumble finish this time. I wanted to try some different finishes. The first thing I done after I got the clock body, which is this top part, attached to the base, I took a damp rag and I wet them down real good to raise the grain. Then I started putting the finish on a Monday. The first thing I done was I took some 220 and I sanded it down smooth from when I raised the grain. Then Monday evening, I put on a liberal heavy coat of the tung oil on all of them, wiping it all over the clock body, the front to back, the base, not the bottom, of course, all the edges, making sure it felt really wet, that it had plenty on there, because I can't see it to tell if it's got dry spots. So I put a pretty heavy liberal coat on there. And then what I done was I let that set overnight, and then the following Tuesday afternoon, I took and wiped off any excess. Then I let that set for a few more hours. Then I repeated the process that Tuesday evening. I put on another liberal heavy coat doing the same thing. I wiped it on real well, like I say, on all of it, even in the hole right here for the pen or pencil. And then what I did after that was I let that dry for about 2 days. So on the following Thursday, I wiped off any excess. Then I sanded it lightly with 400 grit sandpaper. Then that following Thursday evening, I did the same thing. I repeated the process. I applied the tung oil, but this time I didn't put as heavy of a coat on there. I put a lighter coat, again, on all the surfaces except the bottom. And then I let that dry overnight. And then Friday morning, I wiped off any excess, let it set most of the day. Then Friday evening, I put on the last coat. Again, not as heavy as the first two coats were, just a lighter coat. Then what I done was I let this set over the weekend, and the following Monday, I wiped them down real good again. And then I sanded them lightly with 600 grit sandpaper, and it really made them really slick. And then I let this set for over 2 weeks. During that time, I wiped them down again, not putting any more finish on there other than the 4 coats I put on there. And then today, I took and applied 2 coats of a paste wax on it. And again, this right here is the results. I just wish I was able to see what they look like, but in my mind, I can see them. But this is a fun project. And I hope maybe that it opens up the eyes of people that can see that just because a person has a disability like me, blind, doesn't mean that I can't do things. Because I am able to do things. I do have a disability. I am totally blind, but I do not consider myself disabled. And if there's anybody out there, if you're watching or listening to this video, never ever give up on your hopes and dreams, because there's things that we can do with disabilities. And to all of us who like to do woodworking, let's always be alert when we're in the shop. Aware of your surroundings, wear the proper safety equipment such as eye protection and hearing protection when necessary. And let's keep making sawdust. And I surely hope that this video was a blessing to somebody. So y'all folks have a good one. Keep smiling. Blessings.